Welcome to this model. In this model, I'm gonna speak about microwave diathermy. Microwave diathermy consists in irradiating the tissues of the patient's body with very short wireless waves having frequency in the microwave region. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic radiation with a frequency range of 300 to 30,000 MHz and wavelengths varying from 10 mm to 1 meter. And the most commonly used microwave frequency for therapeutic heating is 2450 MHz, corresponding to a wavelength of 12.25 cm. This diagram shows the basic block diagram of microwave diathermy. In the electromagnetic spectrum, microwave lie between the short waves and infrared waves. And the most commonly used microwave therapy frequency is 2450, as I said earlier, and the heating effect is produced by the absorption of the microwaves in the region of the body under treatment. Microwave diathermy provides one of the most valuable sources of therapeutic heat available to the physician. However, in many conditions, though the therapeutic effects of microwave diathermy are similar to shortwave diathermy, yet in others, better results are obtained by using microwave. The technique of application of microwave diathermy is very simple. Unlike shortwave diathermy, where parts are used to bring the patients as a part of the circuit, the microwaves are transmitted from an emitter and are directed towards the portion of the body to be treated. Thus, no tuning is necessary for individual treatments. These waves pass through the intervening airspace and are absorbed by the surface of the body, producing the heating effect. And now let us see how the microwaves are produced. Microwaves are produced by high frequency currents and have the same frequency as the currents which produce them. Such currents cannot be produced with oscillators or using ordinary vacuum tube valves or solid state devices. A special type of device called magnetron is used for the production of the high frequency currents of high power. And the main supply voltage is applied to the interference suppression filter, and this filter helps to bypass the high frequency pickup generated by the magnetron. A fan motor is directly connected to the main supply, and the fan is used to cool the magnetron. And the magnetron consists of a cylindrical cathode surrounded by the anode structure that contains cavities opening into the cathode-anode space by means of slots. The output energy is derived from the resonator system by means of coupling a loop which is forced into one of the cavities. The energy picked up by the coupling loop is carried out of the magnetron on the central conductor of a coaxial output tube through a glass seal to a director. The director consisting of a radiating element of the antenna and a reflector which directs the energy for application to the patient. The electric current is transformed into electromagnetic radiation passing through the antenna. The reflector then focuses this electromagnetic energy and beams it into the tissue where it is subsequently absorbed, reflected and refracted according to the electrical properties. Tissues of lower water content are penetrated to a greater depth but a little is absorbed, whereas tissues of high water content absorb more than the high electromagnetic energy but allow little penetration. The output power of the magnetron depends upon the anode voltage, magnetic field and magnitude and phase of the load impedance in which the magnetron output power is delivered. Therefore, the cable used to carry the energy from the magnetron to the director is always of a definite length and for a particular frequency. A part of energy fed into the magnetron is also converted into heat into the anode of the magnetron on account of the collision of the electrons with the anode, so that the output energy is considerably less than the input energy. The efficiency of magnetron is usually 40 to 60%, and the heat produced at the anode must be removed, which is usually done by using water or air as means of cooling. The essential parts of this microwave diathermy units are shown in this figure. And now let us see the delay circuit. It is necessary for the magnetron to warm up for 3 to 4 minutes before power may be derived from it. A delay circuit is incorporated in the apparatus which connects the anode supply to the magnetron only after this time elapses. The arrangement is such that the lamp lights after 4 minutes, indicating that the apparatus is ready for use. And now let us see the magnetron circuit. The magnetron filament heating voltage is obtained directly from a separate secondary winding of the transformer, and the filament cathode circuit contains the interference suppression filters. The anode supplied to the magnetron can be either DC or AC. A DC voltage is obtained by full wave rectifier followed by a voltage doubler circuit. A high voltage variable resistance is connected in series which controls the current applied to the anode of the magnetron. When using AC, the voltage is applied to the anode of the magnetron through a series connected thyratron so that the AC voltages of both tubes are equal in space. By shifting the phase of the control grid voltage with respect to the phase of the anode voltage, the amount of current through the magnetron can be determined and thus the output power can be varied. The phase shift can be achieved by using a capacitor-resistor network. And now let us see the safety circuits. There are chances of magnetron being damaged due to excessive flow of current. It is thus protected by inserting a fuse of 500 milliamps in the anode supply circuit of the magnetron. The protection of both the patients and the radiator is ensured by the automatic selection of the control range depending upon the type of the radiator used. So excessive dosage can cause skin burns, and in all cases the sensation experienced by the patient is the primary guide for application. The skin should be dry as these waves are readily absorbed by water. As I said earlier, microdiathermy overheats the tissues by means of the microwave frequency electromagnetic field. And microwaves are electromagnetic waves of wavelength 0.1 to 100 cm. They can be generated by a special generating lamp called magnetron, as I said earlier. Microwaves characteristics are different from those of radio waves and are similar to infrared and visible radiation. Therefore, they undergo reflection, dispersion, diffraction and diffraction and various complicated tissue structures. About 50% of the microwave beam applied to the skin is reflected and the rest is absorbed by tissues at depth of only 6 to 8 centimeters. Microwaves cause an oscillation of ions in electrolytes and molecules in polarized dielectrics, and in this way it creates heat. The most overheated are tissues containing a lot of water such as blood and muscles. Fat tissue containing little water is only slightly affected. Microwaves are applied to the body by means of radiators that are connected to the magnetron. Radiators can be of different sizes depending upon the kind and location of pathology. They are usually placed 5 to 10 cm from the skin surface, and the microwave dosages are estimated in a similar way to shortwave diathermy. And another classification based on watts includes mild dosages up to 20 watts and strong dosages up to 150 watts, and the most often used dosages are those between 20 and 100 watts. Treatment duration depending upon indication is 5 to 15 minutes. The usual course of treatment includes 10 to 15 sessions. Indications for microdiathermy are generally similar to those of shortwave diathermy. A superficial penetration of microwaves should not constitute any limitation because a reflector mechanism seems to be a leading mode of action for both methods. Therefore, this kind of therapy can still be widely used for, among other conditions, arthritis, back pains, and neurologies and chronic diseases. Contradictions are same as in the case of shortwave diathermy. It is also important to remember that microwaves can be harmful. Eye lenses and reproductive tissues of testicles and ovaries are especially at risk. Partial protection can be provided by screening the room in which the microdiathermy is preferred. And the interested people the capacitor plate type applications results in high frequency energy delivered to the tissues. Dissipation of this energy is primarily in the tissues of high impedance. Thus, a very high proportion of the heating effect is generated in the skin, fat and other insulating superficial tissues. So, this claims that this was a deep form of heating as questionable, and in terms of current clinical application, its device is probably appropriate. Thank you.